Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. Thank you for supporting me in 2021, and thank you for supporting me, continued support in 2022 moving forward. Okay, so hope you had a really good new year in, and you all got what you wanted for Christmas as well. But that's far behind us now. So we had a bit of a Christmas rally, didn't we? And we rallied into the weekly 20 here, and we got rejected and rolled over. We rallied into this key level resistance. Like I said to you, like this correction down here, you rallied into that resistance and you rolled. Potentially you're looking at a very similar scenario, potentially have a little roll, hold this support line. As long as you can continue to hold these key levels of support, you've got the 55 coming like this, you've got the 20 coming like this, so you've got some kind of squeeze which will happen here for Bitcoin, and you will get a definitive answer of what's going to go on. Okay, but for me, I do think Bitcoin's bullish. I don't think the top's in, but that's just my own thought. Okay, it's my own analysis and my own sort of theory. It doesn't mean that it's financial advice or anything like that. That's just my own analysis is telling me that the top is not in here for Bitcoin. Okay, are we going to roll? Are we going to come down to these swing lows? At the minute, that's hopium, because you're holding structural support for the continuation of the trend which you are in. So for me, Bitcoin is bullish because you're creating high lows, high highs. You're holding foundational support for the continuation of the trend. You've broken out of a key level resistance. You're holding an inverse head and shoulders neckline, equally a bump and run pattern taking you to 77k. You've got the three rising valleys pattern as well, which you're holding so far, which takes you to 107k as well for Bitcoin. Now, one thing I do on the channel is like to do thought experiments. So I'm going to use that trend-based fib time again and just explain something here that I'm looking at for Bitcoin. Okay, potentially we've already created the breakout signal, and okay, I'm going to show you exactly where it was. Okay, potentially. Does it mean we can't roll? Of course it doesn't. We could roll and wick down to this swing low, like I've said to you, and get a key level support. Create, fill this wick basically, because I see a lot of people saying, the wick's going to get filled. At the minute, you can see it's sort of 50% been filled there, hasn't it? Does it mean it'll all get filled and we'll wick down? Of course it doesn't. But if you do start to lose support and you do roll, then I would anticipate that this level here is an amazing entry point for Bitcoin, as this entry was that I gave you, okay, for Bitcoin. So a lot of people are talking about a big head and shoulders pattern that looks something like this, aren't they? And we've not even put the right shoulder in. We've got a left shoulder, we've got the head, and right now we're going to come up, do the right shoulder, get rejected, and then roll, and we've got like the 20 whatever target it is. If we have a quick look here like this, we'll take a look right now, and wherever we start to lose it, you can see we're going to come down and create that sort of double bottom double top scenario. Possibly, but it's not formed yet, and we'll trade upon that, once it happens. But at the minute, it's not happening yet, is it? You're consolidating in a range between the EMAs, the 20 and the 55. You lose a 55, start hitting your head, you're coming down. Okay, but for me, I'm going to be honest with you, I think that 2021 was a little bit sideways for Bitcoin, wasn't it? We came up here last January and we sort of just got caught in a range here. So we came down to this key level support, previous resistance, back test and turning support. I've taught you that. Okay, we continue to hold this. You're going to look at a breakout here, break that high. You're looking at that technical target and the 107k target for Bitcoin. But for me, I do think using trend-based fib time, we can actually pinpoint when we could see a bit of a top here for Bitcoin. So I'm going to go through this with you again. I've gone through this with you before. We did pick this breakout here. We've got this breakout here, which was amazing. We actually got that knob on, if you remember, when we were coming down here correcting. I said to you, this point here, you will start to see Bitcoin break out, and it did, using trend-based fib time. For those of you familiar and been watching the channel for a very long time, that actually played out. So I do think using trend-based fib time, we've already broken out effectively. This is what I'm trying to say to you. I'm looking at something that's telling me that, I think last week we've actually bottomed out, and we're starting to pick up right now, and we could be in for an explosive few months here for Bitcoin. Could be completely wrong, obviously, but as long as we can continue to do what we're doing, coiling up and hold support, we're looking at a breakout here for Bitcoin. So I'm just going to show you this trend-based fib time thought experiment. Okay, so using the previous cycle high just here, from the top to the low to the high, you can see that what Bitcoin did, okay, in its retracement, when it started to high here, it came down, it retraced, okay, and it got to the 382. Look at the 382. And like I said to you, just here for me was the bottom. This was the bottom, and this is where we started to pick up for Bitcoin. But we had that black swan event where we got that V-shaped recovery because with that capitulation here. But this is how strong Bitcoin was. It continued, and it actually topped out between the 1618 fib and the 2. So somewhere in between, in this blue zone here, we topped out on the third wave. Okay, that's conclusive. You can see that is. Okay, because using Elliott wave theory, this is what I'm looking at personally. Okay, we've got a wave 1 high, wave 2 which was here, but obviously we've got to go there, corona dump, and then you've got your wave 3, your wave 4, which was right there, I believe, and we're looking at wave 5 all the way up to there. Okay, now wave 5, where's wave 5 going to end? I'm going to show you right now using trend-based fib time again, where I do think you could be looking at that particular 260k being met for Bitcoin in this bull run, and the absolute, it'd be knob on. It'd be absolutely brilliant if we can get it knob on. But I'm going to show you right now why I do think we have potentially already broken out for Bitcoin. Okay, so using trend-based fib time, you can see here we did get the breakout on the 382. Do you see that? Look at that 382. So to pick up just here after rolling into the 382, just a couple of weeks into it, and start to pick up. And this was your breakout point here. This was your low. But obviously, black swan corona dump, unforeseeable black swan event. So for me, Bitcoin was already breaking out on the 382 just there. Okay, so let me tie this chart up for you. So all I'm going to do, because this is your high, look, this is your high, this is your low, this is your high, trend-based fib time. So what we're going to do is apply the same dynamics right now, okay, to the wave that we went through basically. So this here, this was your top in 2019, this was your low, and then you can see that this was your top just there. Okay, so you can see again, using trend-based fib time, we was able to pinpoint this breakout point on the 382. Let me move this down. Look, you can see 382 just there. On this 382, we started to pick out, breakout, sorry. And I gave everybody that. If you remember in the summer, I was dropping these thought experiments and gave everybody this. And I said to you at that point as well, your wave 5 will start to come up, and you are looking at a bit of a top between this blue zone here. Okay, so we're trying to get to this white line basically, and you can see how we could start to go parabolic here and start to do something like this for Bitcoin. We've got this room here. Look at this room. So does it mean it will happen? Of course it doesn't. But using trend-based fib time, we was able to pinpoint the breakout point for Bitcoin, this wave 5. But like I said to you, this wave 5 is going to move in impulsively and correctively, like this, like that. That's how it moves. Look, it's how it moved here in this whopping wave 3. Okay, it shakes people out. People get fearful. They think it's going to roll over. You get bear traps along the way. Look at that whopping bear trap, bear trap, bear trap, bear trap, bear trap, bear trap, before you get to your targets basically. So does it mean it's going to happen? Of course it doesn't. But so far, structurally, Bitcoin is adhering and it's structurally sound for continuation. This is what I'm trying to express to you. There's no bear market here. You're looking at appreciation. So look, breakout point 382, start to come back up, ran into this fib, corrective, come back up, ran back to this fib as support. Okay, and right now if you start to come up here, you can see how you could get there in one big swoop up to this white line here. Does it mean it'll get there? Of course it doesn't. So for me, this white line here, the end of this is September of this year. Now it would be amazing if we can think we can actually get there, but let's watch this space and see what happens here for Bitcoin, okay? Because there is a theory that Q1, a lot of institutional investments is going to start allocating a lot of money to Bitcoin, and that could be the catalyst to send it to these levels. Who knows? But anyway, that's just a little thought experiment for you today. Now if we used to get to there, this blue line, which is the 1618, if we get to there at that date, that's the 6th of June. In between is around about the 25th of July, and obviously the end of the 2 just there, the start of the 2, sorry, is the 12th of September 2022. So we'll keep an eye on this moving forward. But I think what's lovely here is we started to lowball here on the 382, we start to lowball here on the 382. Okay, now there is equally, you can drop it on a shorter time frame as well. Now let me drop this out just to show you what I'm not talking about here. Okay, so for me, Bitcoin, look, using trend-based fib time again, you can see how it loves the 382. So you've got that there, you've got your low, and then you put your high in here. Now look at the 382 just here. Just look at that 382. This is where you start to break out. You can see you started to pick up here. You've got the beautiful bullish engulfing candle. You started to pick up. So right now, if Bitcoin does do this, you can see how you're going to move on as well. So again, little thought experiment for you. Take care, everyone. Back soon with another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.